If you are a Muslim living in the United States and planning to buy a home, you have probably heard terms like halal mortgage, Islamic home financing, or Sharia compliant home financing. These terms generally refer to financing structures designed to avoid riba and instead use contracts such as musharaka, murabaha, or ijara. In this video, we will explain how Sharia compliant home financing works in the United States, the major financing structures, and what you should look for before signing a contract. But first, we understand what is the issue with the conventional mortgage system. In a conventional mortgage system, a lender provides you with money to purchase a property. You then repay the amount over a period of time, along with interest. From an Islamic finance perspective, interest or riba is prohibited, which is why many Muslims look for alternative ways to finance a home. The key idea behind Islamic home financing is that the transaction should be structured around an underlying asset, ownership, leasing, or a sale, rather than simply lending money for interest. Islamic finance standards also recognize dedicated frameworks for contracts such as murabaha and ijara, while musharaka has its own accounting and sharia framework. Sharia compliant home financing is designed to help you purchase a property without using a conventional interest bearing loan structure. In this Sharia home financing, the financier may become a co owner of the property or purchase the property and resell it to you at an agreed profit, or purchase the property and lease it back to you. The three structures you will commonly hear about are diminishing musharaka, murabaha, and ijara. Let's understand each one separately. First is diminishing musharaka. It's also known as declining co-ownership. Here is a simple example. Imagine a home cost around $400,000. You contribute part of the purchase price while the financing company contributes the remaining amount. You and the financier therefore have ownership interest in the property. You live in the house and make regular payments. Those payments can include number 1, payment toward purchasing additional ownership in the property, and number 2, a payment for your use of the portion is still owned by the financier. As you purchase more of the financier's share, their ownership decreases and yours increases. Eventually, you can become the sole owner of the property. This is the basic concept behind diminishing musharaka, although the exact legal and financial structure can differ between providers. The second structure is murabaha or cost plus financing. Here is how it works. You identify the property you want to purchase. The financier acquires the property and then sells it to you at a disclosed price that includes an agreed profit margin. Instead of paying interest on a loan balance, you agree to pay the purchase price through installments. For example, if the financier acquires a property for a certain amount, the resale price can include an agreed markup. The important distinction is that murabaha is structured as a sale transaction, not simply a cash loan with interest. However, the actual contract should be carefully reviewed to understand ownership, payment obligations, fee structures, and default provisions. The third structure is ijara. Ijara is essentially a leasing agreement. The financier acquires the property and leases it back to you. You make lease payments while using the property, and depending on the specific structure, ownership can eventually be transferred to you. So, unlike diminishing musharaka, where you and the financier can start as co-owners, ijara generally begins with the financier owning the property and leasing it to the customer. Now we come to the question many people ask. If the monthly payment looks similar to a conventional mortgage, isn't it basically the same thing? The simple answer is not really. In Islamic finance, the underlying contract is extremely important. A sale, lease, or partnership is not automatically identical to an interest bearing loan simply because the payment amount may look similar. However, this is also why you should not judge a product solely by its marketing. You should understand who owns the property, what exactly are you paying for, where does the financier's profit come from, what happens if you default, who is responsible for major property related expenses, and what Sharia supervision or scholarly review applies to the product. Different scholars may have different opinions about specific structures and contracts. So, it's important to examine the actual agreement rather than relying only on the label halal. Before choosing any Sharia compliant home financing product in the United States, do not focus solely on the monthly payment. Compare the total cost. Look at the down payment. Check closing cost and other fees structures. Understand whether the payment can change over time. Find out who legally owns the property at each stage. Understand the early payoff rules. Check what happens in case of late payment or default. And most importantly, ask about the Sharia governance behind the product. Is there a qualified Sharia board or a scholar reviewing the structure? What specific contract are you signing? And can you obtain the actual contract documents before committing? These questions can help you make a much better, a much smarter, a much informed decisions. There is one common misconception, and it is that Islamic home financing means the financier cannot make a profit. That is not the case. Islamic finance allows profit through permissible commercial transactions. The key question is how that profit is generated and what contract creates the obligation. For example, Murabaha generates profit through a sale, while Musharaka can involve ownership and rental agreements. So do not compare products only by asking, is there profit? Instead ask, what is the contract? Who owns the asset? And how is the profit generated? Sharia compliant home financing is an alternative approach to purchasing a home without using a conventional interest bearing mortgage. So, if you are researching Sharia compliant home financing in the USA, make sure you understand the structure before you sign anything. If this video helped you, kindly hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more videos about Islamic finance, halal mortgages, and Sharia compliant financial solutions in America. Thanks for watching. Inshallah, we will see you again in the next video. Till then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.